The US dollar collapse shock $8 trillion predicted Fed inflation flip. Bitcoin bulls encircle 28K as trader says big buyer must step in. And October resurgence, decade-old Bitcoin wallets awaken and move in. Well, guys, we got a lot of topics to look at today. So let's not waste any more time and just get right into our video. So first, let's take a look at this tweet. Pause it right here. Less than 1.5 million. It's not paused. Sorry about that. Less than 1.5 million Bitcoin left to be mined. So, in case you guys don't know, there is a limit on how much Bitcoin can be mined in total. So this is the, as you can see, but as you can see, the dates are going up, and we're kind of looking at the wave of Bitcoin being released. It's actually crazy. I remember I used to be so young back in like 2010, hearing about Bitcoin for the first time. I think it was probably around some time here, like 2010, 2011-ish, when the surge of everybody talking about Bitcoin was coming out. And I remember I actually do have some wallet out there that holds like an unfathomable amount of Bitcoin right now, because back then it was worth like not nearly as much it was today. Yeah, wait, let's see. I think, yeah, you can see back then it was really not worth nearly as much. I think I did it around 2010 is when I looked at it. It was 28 cents for Bitcoin. So if I somehow find that wallet again, I would be a rich, very rich person. However, unfortunately, my brother wiped my computer with my wallet on it. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to retain that. But as you can see, we're going further. We're going to skip a little further. We're looking at 2020, and we're at percentage of 21 million Bitcoin mined. We're at 92% already here by 2023, September 30th. 92.9%, basically 93%. Guys, this is a huge thing. Once the market or once the mining caps out, I'm intrigued to see what it's going to do with the price. Obviously, it's going to become a lot less volatile. Granted, Bitcoin's not really as volatile as a coin compared to some of the other coins. However, still, we will see a huge increase in that ability to stay consistent. And I think that's going to be something that's going to be great to maybe not so much for us as investors looking to trade and make money, not so much for traders, but so much for us to move towards DeFi once it becomes a lot more consistent. So that's some of the words you're gonna have to wait and see, and kind of go with the flow when it turns out that way. So secondly, we got this quote from Carl B. Menger, and I saw this earlier today. I thought it was hilarious because I totally feel with that. So Carl B says, falling down the Bitcoin rabbit hole, your first Bitcoin purchase. Oh, falling down. Oh, manager. Oh, Austrian economics. Oh, the Bitcoin standard. Oh, mining. Oh, social resilience. Oh, time performance. Oh, running a node. Oh, Hornets. Oh, the fiat system is fraud. Oh, stacking sats. Oh my gosh. Look. Study Bitcoin, guys. I love this post. One is a very cute guy. Look how adorable he is. He's just smelling like in shock. He puts his palm down a bit. Little cutie. Absolutely love it. But yeah, no, it's absolutely true. I mean, you see, like, I remember when I first started, I was just looking at Bitcoin, and I was like, oh, you know what, this would be kind of cool to have. Like, it'd be kind of a fun novelty. I was a kid, and I was just so enthralled by the idea of, you know, digital currency. And then, you know, like, one thing led to another, and here I am really deep into it, learning about how complex and how, you know, there's so many layers to these systems, and it's not just so simple as one would think. But at the same time, you can really take a lot just from being simple with these things. And hopefully, as you know, I was looking earlier, when the mine cap hits, maybe we'll see it become a lot more simpler, and people are going to start creating platforms that are going to be meant to simplify the use and transfer and management of Bitcoin. Granted, there's a lot of really good platforms already out there for it, but we might see an increase of that when the mining cap is hit. Next, we got from Bitcoin Magazine. Legends. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Pythago. I thought it was Pythagoras. Oh, maybe that is Pythago. Maybe that's what his name is. Whatever. E equals MC squared. Albert Einstein. Oh, sorry. This was from Bitcoin Magazine, by the way. Newton. F equals MA. In case you guys don't know what these are, I believe this is the Pythagorean theorem. This is the energy. This is the equation for energy conservation. This is, or the speed of light. I don't know. It's something to do with energy. And C, I believe, is the speed of light constant. I don't know. I do finance. I don't care about that stuff. And F equals ma. Force equals mass times acceleration. And then we have the legend Satoshi Nakamoto. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. I love it. It's hilarious, you know. It's jokes. Anyways, let's get into some articles and digest what people are writing about out here. So Bitcoin bulls encircle 28K as trader says big buyers must step in. So let's take a look at this. Right here we have the chart, the BTC, the Bitcoin to USD 1 hour chart here. It's looking all right, but as it says here, Bitcoin kept up renewed pressure on the 28,000 until October 8th weekly close as geopolitical uncertainty entered traders' radar. Bitcoin behavior at resistance not the best. Oof. Data from the Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin price performance avoiding downside volatility over the weekend. The pair recovered from the snap retest of $27,000 on October 6th, thanks to the surprise United States employment data, which diverged from policy tweaks by the Federal Reserve. Now, here's some more charts. See if we can make this a little bigger. Okay, let's go further. Describe Bitcoin's reaction to both the level and the 200-day moving average MA, currently at $28,000 and $40 as not the best kind. Fellow trader Dan Crypto Trades, meanwhile, cautioned on going short Bitcoin should a sudden breakout occur, as this might form the start of a further upside. I will say that with Bitcoin sitting around with this big 28K level, which has the daily, weekly 200 MA sitting there, I'm personally not very keen on shorting any deviations above part of an X post stated. X, which meaning Twitter. And so there's a lot of other really cool things here, but guys, I picked this article out specifically because I wanted to highlight how you can see kind of, you know, what's the word, see traders, analysts, consultants all saying a couple of different things. You know, some people are saying, oh, Bitcoin's just gonna rise, gonna rise, gonna rise, gonna rise, and some people are saying it's gonna drop, it's gonna drop, it's gonna drop. Now, that's not necessarily the case here, but they do have kind of, you know, showing two different sides. One that's saying, you know, more supportively towards investing in Bitcoin, and one that's maybe suggesting it might be time to take out whatever it may be. It's not really suggesting anything, but it's just, you know, it's kind of saying that. But, you know, when we're seeing these kind of things, it reminds me to not only remind myself, but remind you guys to really look into all this data. Look into all the information that you can about this stuff when you're investing. The smarter you can be, staying on top of news, being ahead of the trends, and getting correct verified information is important. Now, I'm not saying either of these posts were, you know, faulty or misinformation. Both of them are very well could be true. It's just two different perspectives to look at the same, you know, thing on two different, not even the same thing, but two different aspects of the same thing. And it can give you hints and details about certain things. I mean, you know, it's you know, it's a lot more than just, you know, demand and supply. A lot of people think about it when they think of regular economics, regular finance. There's a lot of factors that go into it. There might be signs showing that it's going to increase from one thing, but then another aspect or another factor that plays into the coin's value might show that's going to decrease. So you got to take this all into consideration and kind of use it as like a probability of whether or not you should invest, whether you should buy, you should sell, you should trade, you know. Take it all, understand it for yourself, and go on from there. Next, October resurgence, decade-old Bitcoin wallets awaken, moving over $50 million in vintage Bitcoin. Dormant Bitcoin whales resurface, transferring tens of millions of dollars in Bitcoin. Old school Bitcoiners have been actively moving substantial Bitcoin amounts in October 2023, as highlighted by BitcoinParser.com. As we step into the month following September's flurry of old Bitcoin transfer, the momentum of reawakening idle wallets hasn't waned. One of this week's most captivating transactions involved a staggering 860 Bitcoin. Oh my god, valued slightly above $24 million at the current exchange rates, split amongst 86 distinct wallets. All these wallets currently curiously sprung to life 9 years after the creation on January 3rd, 2014. Each one made a 10 Bitcoin transfer on October 4th, 2023, scattered across varied block heights. There is an undeniable certainty that these wallets, dormant for nearly a decade, belong to a single individual, given the identical wallet creation and transaction dates. Now, that's interesting to know. I personally, one thing I don't like about Bitcoin is how people are able to see these trades. I'm not sure if he made it public or if it was because of the platform that he was using to trade these. Regardless, I'm not too huge fan of that. However, oh my gosh, look at this dude. He held, bro. He held. Hodl, for real. He really hodled. He probably could have helped out a lot of times, but I think now is pretty a decent time. I mean, you know, 25 million. He definitely could have optimized it before in the past, but 24 million is, you know, that's a few more million than I have. That's for sure. But anyways, guys, that's all we have for today. I appreciate you guys so much for tapping in. Like I say in every video, we are not monetized. These videos are made purely to spread information. I'm just a nerd and I spend a lot of my time reading articles and being on Twitter, learning about not only Bitcoin, not only about Ethereum, but XRP and Cardano and other cryptocurrencies as well. So feel free to check out some of our other channels if you're interested in any of those specific coins and you want news on those specific coins. Try to keep it concise, try to keep it good. Anyways, if you could help me out, I'd appreciate if you could like, subscribe, and share. And if you had any comments, any things you disagree with, any points that you felt like I skipped over that are vital to these topics, please add that into the comment. Let's get nice discourse going. But till the next video, I hope you guys have a fantastic day.